In this video, we'll go over the process of paying a small claims judgment entered in the Los Angeles Superior Court. We'll assume that the court has entered a judgment and the party who owes the judgment, called the debtor, wants to pay the amount the court has ordered. There are three ways the debtor can choose to pay: directly to the court, directly to the party who won the judgment, called the creditor, or request to make installment payments. When choosing a method of payment, the debtor should evaluate the advantages of each method and understand the procedures that need to be followed. Paying the judgment to the court has a few advantages: not interacting with the creditor. A poor relationship between the parties might make contact difficult. Not needing to locate the creditor. The creditor may have moved and a forwarding address may not be available. Getting proof of payment from the court. Upon payment, the court enters an acknowledgment of satisfaction of judgment. The debtor files the form SC-145, request to pay judgment to court, and then the clerk calculates the amount due, which includes unpaid balance of the judgment, post-judgment costs, interest, and a court processing fee of $20. The court will not accept partial payment from the debtor. The court will let the creditor know that the judgment has been paid, so the debtor does not have to. Paying to the creditor gives the debtor the opportunity to try and negotiate a lesser amount than what's required for full satisfaction of judgment. If you choose this option, make sure to get proof of payment like a receipt, a canceled check, or another written verification of payment. If the debtor is unable to pay the judgment in full, they can request to make installment payments. Court-approved installment payments must be paid on time. Otherwise, the creditor can request the payments be terminated, and the remaining balance of the judgment will be collectible. When the court allows payments, they often waive interest of the unpaid balance, as long as all payments are made in full and on time. To request to make installment payments, the debtor files two forms with the court: the SC-220, request to make payments, and EJ-165, financial statement. The court clerk will mail copies of the request to the creditor. If the creditor does not agree to the payment plan, the creditor can request a hearing before the judge, where the judge will decide on a payment plan that the debtor can afford. When the creditor is paid in full, the creditor must immediately submit an acknowledgment of satisfaction of judgment to the court. If the creditor doesn't file this with the court within 14 days after receiving a written demand by the debtor, the creditor may have to pay the debtor damages and a penalty. The debtor files an acknowledgment of satisfaction of judgment. The debtor files Form SCLA-003, Declaration of Judgment Debtor, regarding satisfaction of judgment small claims, with the court. The debtor must also provide proof to the court that payment has been made in full. This can be through a receipt for payment or a canceled check. If an abstract of judgment was recorded on your property and the creditor did not mail you a notarized EJ-100, the debtor must file an SCLA-003, Declaration of Judgment Debtor regarding satisfaction of judgment. Once the satisfaction of judgment is entered, file the LACIV-040, Clerk's Certificate of Satisfaction of Judgment. The court will place a court seal on the document, which you can then record with the registrar recorder. If you would like additional information about the small claims process, visit our website, dcba.lacounty.gov/small-claims.